Although both the early and later Minis show the same classic look, there were many changes made to the body when it evolved from Mark 1 through to Mark 3. Thereafter, changes to the body were less noticeable. At Heritage, we've always manufactured body shells for the MG Sports Cars and Classic Mini using the original press tooling BMC, later followed by MG Rover, used in mainline production. Although we have all the original tooling for the later Mini, it went out of production in 2000. When we embarked upon the Mark 1 body shell, we knew that very little tooling still existed that was specific to the earlier models from before 1969. To have invested in complete new tooling for these pressings would only have made sense if production were to be in the tens of thousands, not the planned hundreds or so body shells a year. So, some workarounds had to be found, good enough to please most enthusiasts, like this reforming of the rear of the door opening in the later side panel. As with all our body shells, production starts by building many small sub-assemblies. Parts like these rear inner wheel arches, which are the same for both early and late Minis. With the steel pressings in place on one of the original production machines, spot welds are automatically placed around the edges. Off the machine, shock absorber mounts are then MIG welded in place at the top of the arch. Some larger panels from the later Mini are modified back to the form used in the early cars. Here the boot floor pressing is having openings filled in and the Mark 1 openings cut out. Care is being taken to return its strength and appearance to that of an original panel. This front bulkhead and cross member is being built into an assembly that goes onto a jig where the front balances are added. It will be joined by another assembly comprising the front panel, wings and screen surround. While the front ends are being built, other teams are preparing the main floor and boot assemblies. The two major body sub-assemblies are brought together on the main production jig. After securing the front end, the floor and rear section assembly is put into place. From each side, a long reach hanging gun is used to spot weld the two assemblies together. The side and back panels are added and welded into place. Spot welding of these external seams, while the body shell is on the main jig, will determine their exact position. Later, they will be permanently roller welded. The roof now goes on, and inside, camtrails are added. The Mini's iconic external seams can now be roller welded, down the rear quarter, then around the wheel arches, along the sills and down the A-posts. Lastly, the roof is welded round all four sides. Early Minis had a narrower rear window. Press tooling for this significant aspect no longer exists. We were able to modify the process of the later panels so that the early taillight configuration could be retained, but in the finishing of our Mark 1 shell, infills have to be added to reduce the rear window aperture. Once that's been done, fitting of the doors, bonnet and boot lid can be completed. These Mark 1 parts, which we have been producing as spares for some time now, are drawn from our stocks as finished spares. Heritage shells are sent to a local paint shop for preparation and painting in a high build primer before delivery to our specialists or direct to a customer.